Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a very special video. Today we're going to be going over the most Karen things that Karens have ever said. Okay, I'm seeing all these things for the first time. Greg told me that I'm going to get pissed off, so I'm very excited. Let's find out. My Karen sister won't learn sign language. My daughter is deaf. I have pleaded with my sister for her and her husband to at least learn very basic signs so they can communicate with their niece. Even their kids learn so they can communicate with their cousin, but my sister refuses and keeps saying she should just get a hearing aid and read lips better instead of me having to learn a new language with my hands. You gotta be a real piece of shit. Like someone's asking you, like, hey, this is your niece. Wouldn't you like to be able to talk to your niece? Tell her to speak English. How is that the response, dude? I wouldn't even let this woman near my daughter anymore. I'd be like, yo, you're just like a fucking asshole. Like, I get it if you like attempted, you're like, listen, I just don't have the time. I'm very busy, so I'm not really good, but I'm trying and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But just like not making the attempt and being like, oh, just get a hearing aid. Like, fuck off. Shut up. Betsy. Racist Home Depot customer. Well, here we go. We're here now. I work at the Home Depot, and a Karen told me that she didn't want any black men to install her flooring. Oh my God, dude. I told her that we don't select which individuals will install her floor and that she'll get who she gets based on availability that day. She proceeded to have a fit about it, demanded white installers, and then asked to speak to my manager. I'm so glad she did because my manager's name is Dwayne and he's a big black dude. If this is me, I feel like I'll be like, oh, absolutely, ma'am. We'll send over just the whitest whites that we can think of. And then I'm sending 400 black dudes to your house to piss on it. And we're not installing your floorboards. We're ripping up the old ones and leaving a hole in your kitchen, you fucking piece of shit. Refrigerator Karen. I deliver appliances for Best Buy. We had a woman call and complain that her fridge was not pre-cooled before it was delivered and that she had to wait over 30 minutes for it to get the right temperature after plugging it in. Are people just like not knowing what is the world? Like how the world functions? And by the way, something very similar happened to me when I was working at a pizzeria. I was working the register and I also answered the phones, and someone called and was like, hi, I just got food from you. And the food was great, but I ordered a bottle of Pepsi, and it showed up, and it wasn't cold. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Like, you know, it's pretty busy tonight, so we're just kind of like, it didn't spend too much time in the fridge because people keep buying them and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, I get it, but it's just not cold. It's warm. Like, I just want, like, and I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, you know, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, just, I don't know why you would say, and I literally, my manager was standing right here, and I was like, put ice in your cup. Then it'd be cold. Put ice in it. What happened to ice? And my manager ripped the phone out of my hand. And he's like, I'm sorry. And he got on the phone. But yo, what's wrong with people, bro? You want your fridge to be pre-cooled? For what? What's that going to do? Bro, 30 minutes is also a shorter amount of time than I thought it would take to cool an entire fridge. Oh my God. You know what? I would be like, you know what? We're sending someone over right now. And then I would send someone over, and then I would put her in the fridge, and I would lock it. And I'd be like, there you go. Enjoy your fridge. It's going to be freezing now. The geography Karen. I hate to say that my mother-in-law is a Karen. I wish I knew before I married my husband because no lie, it's a potential deal breaker. I went shopping with her recently and her coupons weren't working. Oh my God, dude. I'm already sick. I don't know what it is. And I get that like this is like, you know, probably the efficient way to shop. But nothing pisses me off like a coupon. I absolutely fucking hate it. It's just one of the worst things. Like, wait, hold on. I got a coupon for that. I got 10 coupons, so you could save $8 on rice-a-roni. The employee showed her that they were clearly expired for over a year. She became furious and said, this is why we aren't letting you people in the country anymore. Oh, my God. The boy said, I'm Hawaiian. I'm Hawaiian and was born right here in this town. Then my mother-in-law said, yeah, born here illegally, I'm sure. I bet your parents were born in Hawaii and snuck across the border. Forget about a potential deal breaker. I can't even think of a bigger deal breaker than this. If I was with my partner's mom and they were being outwardly racist to someone who worked in a fucking supermarket or something because your coupon didn't work, I'd be like, dude, why would you even put me in the same room as someone like this? You know, like if you're okay with me being in the same room or like out on a shot, like warn me that I'm dealing with a fucking psychotic racist if I'm taking them to the supermarket. The lady is yelling at Hawaiians in the supermarket over coupons that we shouldn't be using in the first place. You did arts and crafts and you cut this out of a magazine a year ago and you held on to it. That's psychotic, dude. You're supposed to lose coupons if you cut them out a year ago. All right? What an insane thing. Yeah, no, I'd be very pissed off. This would be a deal breaker. I'd be like, yo, I'm getting out of this fucking racist family. It's ridiculous. Or I'd be like, yo, I'm never going to see your parents again. Unless your mom just doesn't talk, because this is insane. Monkey bar Karen. Was at the park with my daughter and she used the monkey bars. Halfway through, she fell off. She was fine and got right back up. As soon as she was up, another mom ran over to her, got in her face, and started saying, "You should not use the monkey bars if you are not ready. This is not a smart thing to do." I almost strangled the lady. See, this is the problem, and this is like the most Karen thing I think in the video so far. We've just been dealing with racists, to be honest with you. But like, this is very Karen because it's like, you shouldn't use the monkey bars if you're not... Bro, get the fuck out of here. What are you, the park police? Get out of here. It's called practice. Wait, how is she going to get better at the monkey bars if she's not... Like, this is how you get ready, lady. You practice. And I'm fine. I'm not doing backflips and landing on my head and I have a broken neck and I'm attempting it again. It's monkey bars. Relax. That, to me, is like the most Karen thing, with people who can't mind their fucking business. And it's just like, bro, this is what kids do at the park. They climb shit. They get a little hurt. They scrape their knees. It's good for them to scrape their knee every once and again. Okay, I understand you got to protect people, but their parent is right there. Let them be a parent. All right, if my kid's on the monkey bars, he falls up and he's like, "Oh," and I'm like, "You good?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "All right, do it again." Like, that's normal. Don't get on the fucking monkey bars. Jesus. Relax, lady. All right, before we continue this video, we do have some sponsors. The first one being SeatGeek. SeatGeek is where you're going to want to get all your tickets, okay? You go into a sporting event, you go into a Broadway play, monster truck rally, whatever you like. They got it on SeatGeek, okay? I've been using them for years. It's the only ticketing app that I really use. I love how they show you what's a good ticket and what's a bad ticket. If it's dark red, that means bad. If it's dark green, that means it's great, okay? And there's some colors in between there to show you like, right, it's iffy, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so if you see me at a sporting event, chances are I got it through SeatGeek, and you guys should too, because now I can save you some money, all right? Use the code JOE2025. You'll get 10% off of your next set of tickets at SeatGeek, okay? So that's 10% off any tickets, all right, with the promo code JOE2025. So go download that SeatGeek app right now. Take someone that you love to something nice, you know? We got some basketball. Football's over, but, you know, you still got hockey. You know, all the concerts that are going on in the world. You can go to anything. Use SeatGeek. Save 10%. The code is JOE2025. So go download SeatGeek and use that code JOE2025 to save that 10%. You're welcome. We also have Live Good. And Live Good makes supplements that are a little bit more affordable than the rest of them, all right? Because, 2025, I am making this the year of health and wellness. One of those things that I'm doing is trying to take more supplements. I never really got into that in my life, but, taking a multivitamin or, doing some nice plant-based protein powder or, an organic greens or whatever that is, like all these types of things that you can have to make sure that you're getting all the essential vitamins throughout your day. That's what I'm doing, all right? And Live Good, it believes that everyone deserves access to high-quality supplements without the insane markups, like I said. So they offer premium products formulated by an industry-leading team of natural health experts, and they cut out the middleman, so they have the lowest prices that you can think of, okay? And I got my hands on the organic greens that they have and the plant-based protein. I always try to go plant-based protein. It is better for me personally on my stomach. They also have like multivitamins, collagen, weight loss products, protein powders, creatine detox, stuff like that. So they have a bunch of stuff. They're the fastest growing supplement brand on the planet, over 1.5 million customers and counting. So if you wanted to get into the world of supplements and just take like a multivitamin or something like that, or you want like a super green powder or something like that, this is where you can do it. You can save some money also. Ready to make the switch and start saving? Well, we're going to make it even easier for you. If you use our link, you can save an additional 10% off of your first order on top of the already low prices. So just go to livegood.com/Joe, okay? And you will save 10% on your order. That is livegood.com/Joe. Don't miss out on this opportunity to invest in your health without overspending. So again, you get these supplements already at a low price, and you'll save that additional 10%. livegood.com/Joe. You're welcome. The Chili's Karen. This is gonna be a goodie, I am sure. I'm a server at a Chili's. I had been serving a woman and her family for over 2 hours, and the woman was giving me attitude the entire time. I was trying to be friendly, but she was being dismissive and rude. At the end of the meal, they left no tip. As her family was walking out, I asked her nicely if there was a reason no tip was left. I would just like to know if there was something wrong with my service. She told me that my pink hair and nose ring set a horrible example for her 2 children and that she didn't want them thinking they could treat their bodies like dumpsters when they get older. I told her I'm sorry she was offended by my style choices, and she said, I'm sorry you treat yourself like a pathetic pig. All right, I know that I was on a hot streak at the beginning of this video about physical violence, and I think in looking back, I apologize for that, but this one we should kill. There's no way, and kudos for this girl to keep her cool and be like, I'm sorry that I've offended you with my style choices, and then she hits you with pathetic pig. Bro, we're going out to the parking lot, and I'm slamming your head off the pavement. Not me. Not me. I'm imagining that a man said this to me, and it's like, all right, dude, guess what? I'm throwing hot chili in your face now, and I'm going to blind you with that, and then I'm going to start throwing bows. This is my biggest pet peeve also, when people are disrespectful to waitresses or anyone who works in a store or whatever. Bro, these people don't own the store. When people get mad, I'm like, well, where is it? It's late. It's like, bro, I didn't make this. I don't work in the factory. Why are you yelling at me? I just work here. I'm just wearing a t-shirt that says the name of the store. Why are you screaming at me? Just to be disrespectful like this about someone your pink hair and nose ring set a horrible example for my children. What are you talking about? What are you even saying, bro? Have some fun in your life. It'll be fine. You're going to run into way worse than someone with pink hair and a fucking nose ring. What are we worried about? Yeah, if this was me, I would be like, okay, next time you come in, I will make sure that my hair is normal and I'll take my nose ring out. And then when she comes in, I shit in her chili. The PDA Karen. A Karen sent her simp husband over to our table at a restaurant to say, my wife is really uncomfortable with the amount of affection you are showing in public. Your wife should go home. I was literally sitting on the same side of the table as my girlfriend with my arm around her, and that was it. I told him that him and his wife must have an electric love life, and he walked away. Perfect. Exactly. That's exactly what you should say. Because it's like, oh, yeah, my wife is just uncomfortable because you have your arm around your girlfriend. I'd be like, oh, that's great. I'm uncomfortable that your wife's a bitch. How's that? How about I hate your wife? And I bet you do, too. And that's why you're here. Because you're over here because you know that the only way that she's going to shut up is if you come over here and you try to fix the situation. But unfortunately, I got nothing for you, so you're just going to have to go back home to Darla, who you hate. That's what's going to have to happen here. I'm sorry. I feel bad for you, sir. I feel bad for you. Anyone who actually does this is insane. I honestly, I would never say anything to anyone unless I was with children and there's people literally naked having sex. But if people are just making out hardcore, right, in person, I would just remove myself. In no possible lifetime am I walking over to someone and being like, hey, could you just a little... God, go away, bro. The parenting Karen. Oh, this is already going to fire. I just know this is going to fire me up. My toddler was having a tantrum in a retail store. It wasn't anything crazier than a typical tantrum because he couldn't get a toy he wanted. A woman came up to me and said, you should consider not bringing... I'm going to freak out. You should consider not bringing your autistic child into such a stimulating environment. Bro, oh my God. Yo, Greg, imagine someone said that to you. I don't even know... I don't know what, I don't even, I'm speechless right now. I would be hoping that I had a water bottle on me and I would just dump it on her head. And I'd be like, I'm literally not even going to talk to you. I'm just going to dump water on you. I don't even know. That's insane to say to someone. Also, at the end of this, it said, it took everything in me not to stab her. My son is not autistic. Honestly, if I had an autistic child and I was in public and they're having a tantrum and someone came up to me and said this to me, you should consider not bringing your autistic child into such a stimulating environment. I can't even, oh my God. I don't even know how I would react to that. That is so rude and so fucked up for you to say. What would you have me do? We're in a store. Just hey, how about this? Next time, lock your autistic son in the closet and then go to the store and do your shopping. You're a piece of garbage, lady. All right? You're a piece of garbage. God, that is such a rough one. That one actually makes me so angry. The confused Karen. I work at an Apple store. A woman came in once and said that her car radio was acting up. I told her that unfortunately it wasn't something we could help with at Apple because her car isn't an Apple product. She went off on me, and a week later I got called in by the higher-ups because she had made a complaint saying I was rude and refused to help her because she was white. I'm half white and half Filipino myself. I had to stop working while they investigated, and I genuinely almost lost my job. If I got fired for this, I wouldn't mind because I'd be able to tell people, I'd be like, yeah, I got fired because a white woman came in and thought I was discriminating against her because she wanted me to fix her fucking car radio. Like, what are you talking about, you dumbass? Like, I'm not really good with this sort of thing. Like, at the jobs I used to work, I really wasn't really good at this because if someone came into Apple, right, and was like, hey, my transmission is blown, you mind helping me out? I'd be like, bitch, we got phones. You know what I mean? We got phones and laptops. You're talking about transmissions. I don't even know what language you're speaking right now. You know what I mean? Transmission. Take it down the street. You know, car radio. Maybe Radio Shack or some shit. Not here, though. Why don't you take this back to where you bought it and see if they can fix it? That would make more sense. The gangster rap Karen. Oh, always a classic. Let's start off by saying that I'm black. Recently, a woman on the train tapped me on the shoulder and told me my gangster music was too loud in my headphones and that she could hear it and it was making her feel unsafe. It's hilarious because I'm gay. Couldn't throw a punch if I tried, and was listening to Chapel Roan. Your gangster rap is like, bitch, it's Pink Pony Club. It's like, you know what I mean? I also hate the term gangster rap. Like, when that comes out of white people's mouths, it drives me nuts. Oh, were they listening to gangster rap? Yeah, that gangster. Shut the fuck up. You need to go outside. Interact with someone who isn't you and your stupid white neighbor. Like, come on, bro. Oh, the gangster rap is making me feel unsafe. I don't know what I'm going to do on this train. Mind your business. How about shutting up? What happened to that? You feel unsafe? Don't speak up. You're making yourself a target. Well, there you have it, folks. That is Karens just being Karens. You know how it is. That was a little more racist than I thought it was going to be honest with you. But sometimes that's what happens out there in the real world, unfortunately. But don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you next time.